Alright. Hey. They should have been out a long time ago. I know. Should have been out when the Atlanta race was out, like about 2-3 days ago after that race was done and uploaded. This video should have been up. But the first time I was supposed to get a video like this out was supposed to be after the Atlanta race, but that didn't really work out too well. By that I mean I completely forgot I was making that video and decided to keep working on the race and completely forgot to do anything. And then after that race, I was basically reminded in the comments saying, so is there going to be a behind the scenes video on this? I'm just like, well, crap. And then I said I was going to be doing it on the Bristol race. I did. I got a couple tips on there. They recorded a couple things. Forgot about it again. And then I got reminded in the comments again, so I was like, oh, okay, fine. So then I just finished the Martinsville race. I didn't really feel like doing anything there. So now I'm going to do it in the Richmond race. So at the moment, this is the first restart that I'm working on. If you guys have seen the race, you guys will know that Kurt Busch and Clint Bowyer, the two drivers battling in the playoff bubble, they made contact coming off of turns 3 and 4, entering the French stretch. They made contact around the start-finish line, went down, hit the wall. Clint Bowyer was caught speeding on pit road, sent him in the back. Kurt Busch got away in time, not in time, but with the right speed. He was able to keep his position. So now we're on the restart. Kevin Harvick's in the lead because last year he was in second. Kyle Busch is in third. Chase Elliott in second. My bad, fourth. He started second, so I was thinking about that, but then we got Truex, Bowman, all the rest of the drivers and all that. So the main question that I get asked is how much do I move the cars? And it's very, very simple. Let me just bring my phone down here. So basically right here, I just take the car or whichever one I'm gonna move, and I just move it about that much. And I just do the same for all of them. And yeah, I just move them all like that. So that is basically how much I move them. Now, when I have them about to pass somebody, that I usually move them about as much as like that, and then I just move just a little. I just push it just a little bit more. And I don't want to move it a little bit. I don't want to move it like too much more than I have already moved it, because then it's gonna look a little too choppy. So that's why I moved it a little bit more than I usually do. It makes it look a lot smoother. It makes the stop motion look a lot better. Now, if you guys don't have a track, or if you guys just make your tracks on like your floor with like extra Hot Wheels or like popsicle sticks, because I have seen people do that before. If you guys don't have the right materials to make a track, you can always do that stuff, but you always gotta try to make sure that it's the right size. It's the same size every time when you make it, so it's not like one Bristol race is gonna seem a lot faster than the previous one did because you made it a bit too small. Just be sure to look out for that. But if you guys do have the material to make a track like this, and you want to make a track like this, I have a tutorial. I have a how-to video that I made. It was like around like the second video I made. It was like right after. I'm pretty sure I uploaded the part 1 and 2 right after I had my Daytona race uploaded. So it's pretty easy to make, and I basically just base it off of ACS Race Network's video. So yeah. So I do use weights, not really weights, but something that's heavy enough to hold like the cardboard down, because cardboard will bow if you have paint on there and it's gonna dry, which is very annoying. I really hate it. Had that problem over here with my Charlotte track. Still trying to flatten it out. Near turns 1 and 3 and 4, it's still like near the turn. It still like goes down. So I really wish that it's gonna fix itself, because that's gonna be really annoying trying to make the race. So yeah. Anyways, I use like Gorilla Tape, or I use like duct tape to hold it down. It doesn't hurt the table at all. It doesn't hurt the table, so it's completely fine. But yeah. Alright, so the next thing that I have is the app that I use to make the stop motion, and that is Stop Motion Studio. I'm pretty sure there's a good amount of people who actually do use this app, and that they make really good stop motions. So I've seen a lot of stop motions made with this app before, and they're all pretty good. So basically how this works, if you guys have never seen or used this app before, is that when you have it loaded up, of course you won't see all of these, but you will see like a tutorial one first, and you can like tap on that, watch it, see what it shows you, and all that. So basically, once you're ready to make the stop motion, all that, you have all your cars set up, all that, click the add new movie in the top left, and then it brings you to this, so you can like see my hand, see the camera and all that. So I'm just quickly click this question mark right there, so you can see all of this stuff. You can see back, voiceover, which I don't use. We'll get to the editing part either in another part of the in like an upcoming part in the video, or just a second part. Then there's add videos, audio, credits, which again, I'll save all of that stuff. I do not recommend using this app to edit the videos. I recommend using a separate app, which would be a lot better. There's settings, capture, undo, play, and then there's the editing, the timeline thing. So let's go over to settings. And people have asked me how many frames do I run? And I run 10 frames a second, and you've seen before that it's pretty fast. Or pretty smooth, I should say, because I've been getting a lot of comments saying that. So basically what I do is that with the amount I move the cars, and then with the amount of frame rate, and with the frame rate that I have, makes it a lot smoother and look better than I really intend it to be. But yeah, once you're ready, just click the camera in the top right, and then you'll see all of this. I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't really seen I've been using this app for a long time, that I don't really remember what looks like what when you start off. But basically, I don't know if you guys are gonna start off with like the lines, but I do recommend using the lines because it helps you find the center of the screen, and it's very helpful. So yeah, so you see this like little line with the circle on the left side of the screen. What that basically is, so I'm just gonna you see the waffle right there, just tap that, gets rid of the lines, but I would keep them. Right here, this line doesn't do much right now, but what it will do is that it will help us out with figuring out, it's going to be helping us with following a certain car, or just seeing how much we move the cars. And it will like help us keep track of that to make sure that the stop motion is more consistent and smooth. I don't like tapping the screen because it kind of messes up the photos sometimes. So that's why I use a wireless clicker thing. I'll try to focus on this, but I don't think I will. this came with a tripod that I'm using right now, and it works pretty well. I mean, I don't really complain about it too much, but sometimes it will kind of like glitch, but it's pretty easy to really fix any problems it causes. So anyways, we just click the pen or the clicker. I click it, gotta let it connect. Click it again. There you see I took the picture. So now we move the cars. Now when I move the cars, it's gonna look like little ghosts. So like if I put my hand right here, yeah, you can like see through it. It's transparent. So basically what we do is that when we move the cars, you can see that you've seen how much the car has been moved. So now when we move the phone or camera down, whatever you're using, iPad, whatever, you move it down, you try to get them both to like match the numbers on the cars as much as possible, and then it looks like nothing really happened, I guess you could say. But I don't know. I'm gonna do the rest. I'm gonna move the rest of the cars. I'm gonna do everything, not everything, but show you like a little time lapse of how I do this, and then I'm gonna show you about the about like how I really like keep the cars in like frame, because yeah, I'll show you guys how to do that stuff. So right now I have about a second of stop motion. So I'm just gonna show what I have basically. So yep, just play that back, and then still 10 frames. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you what I do when how I do what I do to keep the cars in frame and all that, and away from being hidden behind the leaderboard. So I'm just gonna take this second phone that I have, and I'm just gonna use it as an example. But what I do is that when I have my leaderboard pulled up on my photos, like I'm gonna have to turn this off real quick. So there we go. So now everything should be solid. So now you can see this here pretty clearly. I'm just gonna move over here in front of the car. So now you can see the phone here. What I do is I just put a rubber band on there. Make sure that it's on there like that, so that when I record or make the stop motion, the cars that are behind up here won't be in frame, because the leaderboard would be right there. Unless but I would still, like, every time when a car is in frame, or every time when a car should be in frame, I would only move the cars that are in frame and a little bit behind them. I honestly just do that mostly to save time. I think everybody really does that, honestly. But just, like, don't move every single car per picture. Sure, it may make things look a lot better, and, like, lap traffic will look a lot more realistic. But it will also just take up more time than it really should. So, yeah. Man, now that I've showed you how I really use this, use the rubber band stuff and all that, I'm going to stop recording here. I'm going to cut back to when I get to the Brad Keselowski crash. So right here, I kind of forgot about this video again, but I just keep forgetting about making this video. I have no idea why, but I think I'm just focusing on the series so much to where I'm just like, I have to finish this before I can really do anything else. But yeah, I can't do this on the table right now because currently I have the Charlotte race set up on the table, and yeah, so yeah, I have the Brad Keselowski cars. Here's the one that I will always use and run, the regular Brad Keselowski discount tire car 2020 Gold Series. And then here's the damaged one that you guys have seen. The damaged one, this is the 2019 Authentics one, I believe. But let me show you. If you guys, if you guys haven't seen the race, please go watch it. I don't want to spoil this for anybody, but if you guys have seen the race, or wait, since you guys should have seen the race before watching this video, you guys would know that Keselowski comes off the corner, slides, comes down, hits this, bam, bam, basically stops about there. And you will see that there is damage on the car, which is right here. So it's pretty easy to do it, but I would say that please don't don't damage a car don't damage like any good cars. Like if you want to do a wreck like this and you don't have an extra Brad Keselowski car, please don't do a damaged crash. If you can, please invest in getting a duplicate, because that would be a very good idea, because the Gold Series are very harder to come by because you know, they aren't sold in stores, but the Authentics are, but there are still some rare Authentics out there, but just it's a lot easier to get an Authentic than it is to get a Gold Series, because the Gold Series, especially in 2020, the Gold Series cars are very rare. Like there's it's like nearly every single 2020 diecast from the Gold Series is like out of stock or like very hard to find because of it. But yeah, we got the damaged car right here. But yeah, if you guys have seen the wreck, as soon as Keselowski comes around to this point and like is touching the wall, that is when I swap out the car like that. And then when they go through here, because at the time when Keselowski hit the car here, there was only the damage on the nose. So when he hit this, I decided to like take him off again, add some more damage to the quarter panel, and then continue on with the crash. But yeah, that's how it's really done. But when I showed you guys about the ghost thing, I'm just gonna call it the ghost cars. But basically how that works is that I try to match up I try to sync up the damaged diecast with the previous picture of the regular diecast as much as I can. So then when this happens, boom, 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 it looks like it's the exact same car, except it's not, because you can see the interior changes. But yeah, just please don't use your good diecasts, or if you don't have a duplicate for a car, please do not use it for a damaged diecast. And please only use like authentic cars. I mean, I did use a Gold Series Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the Bristol race, but that was a duplicate. It was a duplicate, so that's why I used it. So yeah. And then I had a lot of people panicking, just like, you use the Gold Series, you use the Gold Series, use it. It's okay. It's a duplicate, it's fine. But yeah, it's pretty easy to do this, and it's it looks really good in the end, but sometimes it could be a pain to get it the way you want it to. Like, I couldn't get the right amount of damage on the nose of Keselowski, but I guess it still works out, and I didn't get the right kind of damage on the quarter panel as I did on Keselowski, but that's okay. It still turned out pretty well, and yeah. I also get asked a lot about like how I make my graphics and all that, but I will have I don't know if I'll have like a separate video on it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to anyways, but I don't really know how to explain how I make my graphics without like going into too many detail or taking up too much time in the video, but it's actually pretty simple. I just use an app called Fonto. It does take a little time. It does take a little time to get used to, but that's how it took me a while to get used to it, but it does work out in the end, and then you guys see a lot of good graphics made on only my phone. Now down to the editing part, and this is pretty simple, to be honest. Basically what I do is that with the app that I use Video Leap to edit my videos, and reminder, I do all of this stuff on my phone. I do the graphics on my phone. I do the editing on my phone. I do the stop motion on my phone. I do everything everything that you see on this channel is done on my phone. So yeah, and I use Video Leap, which is a free app. It is only on the App Store. So reminder, it's only on the App Store. And as you can see here, there isn't really many layers. Like right here, you don't see like the little thing for like the start for like the standings and all that. Reason that is because I have to save the video in like different forms, I guess you could say. Like the first stage would be there would be no. Okay, at first stage there will only be no voiceover. There would be no names on the leaderboard yet, and there would be some of the like little number boxes, I guess you could say, like these things up here, like on the unofficial results, the little squares with the driver's face and number. You guys would only see Kyle Busch right there if in the first stage, and then the second stage would be Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott with Kyle Busch there, because I gotta edit them separately. And then the last two here in the final product is Martin Truex Jr. and Joey Logano. So yeah, basically, I have to save it over and over, but it still looks pretty good in the end. And yeah, so when I go save it, I click export up here in the top right, and you can see you can go for the resolution. You can go 360p, which is, I don't know why you would go with that, but then you got 480p, which is it's good, but it's not really perfect. Then there's 72p, which is basically the middle, and then there's 1080p, which is pretty good. But 4K, I don't really know if I would really want to use 4K there. And then there's the frames per second, so you can go down to 24 or the 25, 30. That's the one I usually go with, but I've recently been trying to experiment with 50 and 60, trying to see which one would actually work best. And I'm still trying to work out some rough edges here and there, but yeah. So there isn't really much to say about the editing process, but it is pretty easy and simple. But yeah, and guess that's probably gonna do it for the editing part, and let's go over to the thumbnail part. So here we are in the Fonto app. This is where I make the graphics and also the thumbnail for my videos, for my races. Pretty simple. Basically what I do is that over here on the bottom you can see 3 lines, a save icon, which is not really available because I really don't have anything here, and a camera icon right in the middle. So if I click that camera, it brings this up, and brings up
photo album. It brings up camera, photo albums, plain images, projects, and then restore previous state. So what you want to click on is when you click on plain images. Click whichever one, doesn't matter which one, doesn't matter what color it is. And then you click up here where it says 2048 by 2048. Click that. You can make a custom size here, but since I have a iPhone 8 Plus, I go with this one, landscape mode. Save it. Click that up there in the top right. Click that. Click use. And then what I do is I come over here to 3 lines. I click add image. These are all like the day glow cars that I took pictures of, posted them on Instagram. Go over here to albums. I'm going to go over to my graphics. I'm going to go over to my graphics folder and get out the thumbnail part. So I have it here now, and then when I click on it, it says size, tilt, move, alpha, blend, remove. So when I want to go to move, tap this right there where it says the A with the arrows, and then you can tap the one on the side. It centers it, and now I just want to increase the size. So I can either do this, or I can just hold it down like this, which I prefer holding it down because you can get that. But I would do this first and then get the size down on that. And then just a little bit more. There we go. So now that that's there, we go back over to add image, and we're going to go get that picture in the thumbnail. This isn't the actual picture that I used in the video, but it's still a pretty good picture that I think I should add anyways. So basically what I do is I take the image, the picture that I just took, do this. Obviously I want to have that above the layer, so then I do this. There we go. It's around the right spot that I want it to be placed. Right there. And then what I do is I tap anywhere. You can tap anywhere, just as long as you don't touch any of these images, because then it's just gonna ruin it. But click that, and click anywhere except for any of the pictures that you've added. Click add text, and we just want to type this in. Race 10. Font. There are a lot of fonts already in here, but I go over to my favorited fonts and all that. This one I should probably add there because this is the one I always use. Race 10. Move this up here. Increase the size of this. Then we gotta move it. There we go. So now that that's there, what I do is that I go back over to add an image, and then I go get the logo for the race. So in the Richmond race, it is the Toyota Owners 400. So I gotta go find the picture I had. Here it is. I have the logo now, so I'm just gonna place it there. Maybe make it a little bit bigger, and then move it down. So now I click Save Image. So now if I go over to the photos, I will be able to see the thumbnail. Here I am in the photos, so I'm just going to put this in landscape mode real quick. But yeah, you can see the thumbnail perfectly saved, and you can apply this on however you want to. And yeah. So basically, I think that's gonna do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next race, maybe review. We'll see what happens.